Hawaii Volcano has been erupting for over 35 years now, and we've had ocean entries. There have been various ocean entries throughout this decades-long eruption, and so whenever lava goes into the ocean, these lace plumes are created, and so this is a situation where a different area now is being impacted by the lays. And how
would be extremely minimal. The risk would be extremely minimal once it mixes with the earth.
Okay, thank you. Damian Tucker, your line is open, and please state your affiliation followed by your question.
Hi, good morning. I'm with Big Island Now. Question: at what point will the decision be made to open the chain of crater roads?
Your affiliation followed by your question.
Necessary. Hi, good morning. I'm with Big Island Now. Question: at what point will
Can you
the
repeat the
decision
question,
be made
please?
to open the chain of crater roads?
At what
Your
point in
affiliation
time
followed by your
can
question.
crater roads actually be opened? I'm with Big Island Now. If the park is still closed? At what point will
Can you
the
repeat the
decision
question,
be
please?
made to open the chain of crater
That's a
roads?
really good question, and I don't know the answer to that yet. As mentioned, we are still working with our partners on determining the logistics of the reopening as an evacuation route. And at this point, we're also still doing assessments on the earthquake damage from the 6.9 magnitude earthquake that occurred at the beginning of this current cycle. So hopefully I'll have some more information for you, if not today, later this week.
And is this emergency road a cinder road, or is it a paved road, or is it 1 or 2 lanes?
Again, I don't have the details on all of that quite yet, but I would assume that it is going to be very similar to the previous road and not a paved road. Again, it'll be an emergency evacuation route, from what I know, and not a regular thoroughfare.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Sherry Bracken. Your line is open. Please state your affiliation, followed by your question.
Sherry Bracken, Hawaii Public Radio and Mahalo Broadcasting. I understand that lava has now entered the Pu'u geothermal plant area. Could you tell us a little more about that, please?
Excuse me. Hi, Sherry. This is Janet Babb, Hawaii Volcano Observatory. I just got the report before this call came on. I don't have any details at this time. It was just
okay.
Just our geologist had just gotten to the site.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Jonathan Savvy. Your line is open. Please state your affiliation, followed by your question.
Hi, I'm Jonathan from H&N, and my question, just real quickly to clarify on the PGV, you said you got the report. Is that confirming that it did enter the grounds, or you just got a report that it might have? And then my actual question is in regards to the holes that have formed yesterday. I didn't hear any update on those and what the status of those are today.
Okay, regarding the lava flow in PGV, I cannot confirm that it's on the property. There was a fissure of interest, and our scientists were there taking a look to see where those flows might be headed. And that's all I know. I cannot confirm or deny that it's on the PGV property. Civil Defense might have more information for you on that. Regarding the holes or the cracks that we mentioned yesterday seemed that the lava was flowing into, those have been abandoned. There is no lava flowing into those cracks or holes today.
And so the lava that was the flow that was going into it, does that detoured around the holes, or is that flow just stopped going into the hole?
If I remember correctly, that was fissure 20, and that fissure is not active at this time. Fissure 22 is the main the main fissure that's sending lava to the ocean. And the fissure, it's interesting, the fissure 22 flows, the lava flow from fissure 22 has kind of split, and so one arm of that is reoccupying one of the areas of the fissure 20 flow.
So the western arm of the flow is now going into the 20 flow.
The eastern.
Gotcha.
Eastern
okay.
flow. And we'll have a map. We are posting a map. It should hopefully be up in the hour of a new map showing what's happening on the flow field.
Great. Thank you so much, guys.
We have time for about 2 more questions.
Okay, thank you. Our next question comes from Kevin Beaton. Your line is open. Please state your affiliation.
Hi, I'm with Honolulu Star Advertiser. Janet, I wonder if Highway 130 had cracking and other signs of sort of disturbance a while back, and then it was reopened with some metal plates on top. Are there any other signs of volcanic activity under that highway? In other words, is it possible that that highway could be damaged further?
Hey, Kevin, that's a good question. This is Janet Babb, Hawaiian Volcano Observatory. Our geophysical modeling right now indicates that that's not the case right now, that all the activity is Leilani Estates and down the rift to Fissure 17 and really not beyond that. So it's right now what we're seeing is pretty localized to the area that we've seen the fissures in. So not to say it can't change, but right now our models are showing that it's the area that we're seeing that's active. That's where most of the action is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our last question comes from Jim Roop. Your line is open. Please state your affiliation.
Thank you very much. Jim Roop with Westwood One News. All of my questions about LAYS have been answered, so I appreciate that very much. I guess this is for Janet Babb then. The operative word change that everyone has mentioned. It seems though this has been the operative word since day one, since May 3rd, when that first fissure opened up. Can you tell me how something so unpredictable and so vulnerable, how do you manage this on a daily basis without being able to really predict with certainty what's going to happen next? What is the biggest challenge you're facing?
Well, Jim, I think, I've been saying for probably decades now that the only constant on Kilauea is change, because we've seen changes throughout the 35-year-plus eruption on the volcano. So this is just, part of being on an active volcano in Hawaii. And I'm not sure what you mean how we're coping with this. This is what we do. We did realize, we had put out some volcano activity notices about the possibility that what's happening could happen both on the lower east drift zone and at the summit. And so we were thinking about this and how we could respond to it. And I'm not sure how to explain it. It's what we do, and we have been helped with our USGS colleagues outside Hawaii, and it's I think the biggest challenge is just not enough hours in the day to get all the work done that we would like to get done to learn as much as we can about what's happening on the lower east drift zone and the summit. It is, as far as my time on Kilauea, it is unprecedented in that we have this summit activity, this remarkable summit activity going on at the same time as this fissure eruption in the lower east drift zone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you to all our speakers and for the questions that were posed today. We will be sending out a daily video update soon, and we also have a new batch of B-roll videos that I will be sharing via email with that.
And Paul, may I say one more thing? May I say one more thing?
Yes, please.
Okay, if people on the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory website, in the menu bar at the top of the page, it's a dark blue bar. On the right-hand side, it says 2018 activity. If you can go there, we've listed a lot of resources about summit and lower east drift zone eruption. I think you might find helpful information there. Great.
Thank you, Janet. All right. That concludes today's call. Thank you very much.
That concludes today's conference. Thank you for participating. You may disconnect at this time.
For your help by avoiding the affected areas. Thank you for your understanding. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency. This is a civil defense message for Monday, May 21st at 12:30 p.m. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reports that eruptive lava activity at multiple fissures continues, with 2 flows entering the ocean. Fissures continue to degas and produce large amounts of sulfur dioxide. Due to the current volcanic activity, the following information is provided for your awareness. Residents and visitors in Lower Puna, south of the lower East Rift Zone, should be prepared to leave the area with little to no notice due to gas or lava inundation. Take action necessary to prepare ahead of time. Gas levels remain high. Take actions to limit further exposure. Due to unsafe conditions on roadways, the following policies are in effect. Kalapana and Kapoho roads are open to residents only. Identification is required. Highway 137 is closed to all traffic between Kama'ili Road and Pohohiki Road. Kamali'i Road is closed to all through traffic. No stopping. This is a high sulfur dioxide area. Everyone is asked to stay out of the area. Due to the lava entry at the ocean, the following policies are in effect. Access to the area is prohibited due to the laze hazard. Stay away from any ocean plume since it can change direction without warning. The U.S. Coast Guard is actively monitoring the ocean entry area and enforcing a 300-meter standoff zone. Only permitted tour boats are allowed in the area. The residents of Lower Puna are going through a difficult time. We ask for your help by avoiding the affected areas. Thank you for your understanding. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency. This is a civil defense message for Monday, May 21st at 12:30 p.m. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reports that eruptive lava activity at multiple fissures continues, with 2 flows entering the ocean. Fissures continue to degas and produce large amounts of sulfur dioxide. Due to the current volcanic activity, the following information is provided for your awareness. Residents and visitors in Lower Puna, south of the lower East Rift Zone, should be prepared to leave the area with little to no notice due to gas or lava inundation. Take action necessary to prepare ahead of time. Gas levels remain high. Take actions to limit further exposure. Due to unsafe conditions on roadways, the following policies are in effect. Kalapana and Kapoho roads are open to residents only. Identification is required. Highway 137 is closed to all traffic between Kama'ili Road and Pohohiki Road. Kamali'i Road is closed to all through traffic. No stopping. This is a high sulfur dioxide area. Everyone is asked to stay out of the area. Due to the lava entry at the ocean, the following policies are in effect. Access to the area is prohibited due to the laze hazard. Stay away from any ocean plume since it can change direction without warning. The U.S. Coast Guard is actively monitoring the ocean entry area and enforcing a 300-meter standoff zone. Only permitted tour boats are allowed in the area. The residents of Lower Puna are going through a difficult time. We ask for your help by avoiding the affected areas. Thank you for your understanding. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency. This is a civil defense message.
Video of the Year and Contemporary Album of the Year. Kimi A. Minor was named Female Vocalist of the Year and Song of the Year, and Kamaka Kukona from Maui was named Male Vocalist of the Year. This was definitely one of my personal favorites. You can see Napua Greg there singing with Josh Tatofi. And one of the dancers in the halau is the current Miss Aloha Hula. It was a beautiful hula, and I think Billy V could agree with me. The entire crowd was just in a trance watching them, hearing the beautiful music. Chicken Skin.
Yeah, there's another past Miss Aloha Hula is also dancing in there.
Manalani English.
But it's interesting that you play this because coming up a little bit later on, Napua is going to join us here on the show. She has got a microphone and she starts dancing and singing at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Not easy.
Yeah.
So you've got, I mean, it's a powerhouse. You've got Napua Greg, a former Miss Aloha Hula. You've got Manalani English and the current Miss Aloha Hula. So everyone on stage